Okay, another short Dvar Torah. It's a beautiful Dvar. Torah tells us it's Tazriya and Metzora this week. So if you're about Koreh, start preparing. Torah tells us in Metzora, chapter 14, verse 35. Torah tells us, Shmuel, Hashem tells Moshe and Aaron, saying, when you enter Eretz Canaan, and I'm going to, if I have to, Hashem says, I'm going to put Taras in the houses. And the person who owns the house comes to the Kohen and he says, Kenega neoli bebois. It appears as if there is a affliction, a plague in the house. What's Taras? Taras is a physical manifestation of a spiritual ailment, closely related to leprosy. So, Rashi says such an amazing idea. Torah says that the fellow says to the Kohen, Ki nega nearly baboyis. Anybody know what's the difference between nega nearly baboyis and ki nega nearly baboyis? What's the difference in English?
Someone's like it. It's like something.
Very good. Ki nega means he's not saying it's exactly. He's not saying there is a nega in my house. This is what the Torah says. The fellow says to the Kohen, I think there's a nega in the house, and the procedure is the Kohen comes to the house, looks at it, and if it fits the criteria, then the Kohen goes ahead and proclaims it, or as they say in Brisk, makes a chalois shame nega, and then it's chal a nega on the bayis, and then it has the halachas of taras, which in 10 minutes we're not going to go through the whole taras. There are lots of books on the shelf to discuss that. So the question is, why the Torah says Kinnaga neoli beboyis? Rashi says a fascinating idea. I feel the Talmud Chacham, even if the person is a Torah scholar, shehu yudei shehu nega vadai. He knows it's a nega. Lo yafsek davar borer loma nega nearly. He shouldn't, when he calls the Kohen, when the email's not, I don't think they had email back then, when he actually had to walk over to the Kohen's house and tell him that, can you please come over, Kohen, because I think there's a nega in my house. Even if it's a Talmid Chacham and he knows that it's a nega, Torah says he still has to say, it appears as if there's a nega in the house. He shouldn't say it outright. Like, I'm a Talmid Chacham, I know what I'm talking about. He should always say, I think there's a nega in the house. Kin nega nearly. So, that's such a fascinating word. The Sifsei Chachamim brings, why? If you know it's a nega, why play the game? Why say, I think it's a nega? It's a nega. No. Lim the Torah derech hayros. The Torah teaches us proper conduct. Sheyoma loshin savik. A person should always say things in a doubtful way. Kamo she'omer chachamenu, as the rabbis tell us, lamed leshoncha lemo in yudea. A person should teach his tongue to say, I don't know. Even if you know, you don't always have to boast about how much you know. I'm not saying that somebody asks you a shayla and you know something's usher, don't say I don't know. If it's usher, say it's usher. If it's mutter, say it's mutter. What time is Shlomo Garfinkel's amazing shir tonight? Don't say I don't know. If you know it's 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, tell people it's 9 o'clock. Okay? You realize I just contradicted myself? I just said it's an amazing shir? Okay. Which is a stereotype what we're actually talking about. Very good. Very good. What time is... What I think is Shlomo Garfinkel's amazing shir, that you could say. Even he could say, I think it's a good shir. So that's just a beautiful idea. But you should always say things in a way as if, I don't know as much as you really know. Don't walk around like a bad guy, but always walk around as if you're lacking in knowledge. That's one pshat. There's another pshat which is, again, briskish, and that is, this is so fascinating. It doesn't become a nega until the Kohen proclaims a nega. So if you would say, Kohen, please come over, there's a plague in my house, that would be a lie. Because it's not a nega, Shlomo, until the Kohen calls it a nega. Until the Kohen makes it a chaloi shem nega, it's not a nega. So technically he'd be lying if you would say, Kohen, please come over, there's a plague in my house. Because it's not a plague until the Kohen makes it a proclamation, this is a nega. That's why. Huh? That's why it says kenega, because it would be a lie if he would say there's a plague in my house. There's not a plague until the Torah calls it a plague. Again, sensitivity to every word. Make sure when you say something, make sure it's the truth. Make sure it's you don't come across like a balgaiva, and be very careful with the things we say.